amazing. We have to talk about, I mean, the end of last season, which was just so talked about and discussed and argued over. Were you surprised by kind of the reaction, whether it was like fans satisfied or some that were not so happy with kind of the cliffhanger? Did that come as a surprise to you, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I mean, it did. I didn't think people would take it so negatively. I mean, I think a cliffhanger is good storytelling. I think that's cool. I think it's going to bring you back. But people were so pissed off that kind of surprised me. That being said, you know, I would say this: be careful what you wish for, because when 701 comes around, you're going to be like, "Whoa, shoot! I probably shouldn't have been so hard on the show."
Right.
You know.
And it's not really an ending to last season. It's more of a beginning of this season. What happens there.
Right. Now, when you shot that, did you shoot the conclusion of that scene? Like, did you know where it was going?
No, we didn't shoot the. Are we allowed to say that?
I don't know. I'm not saying anything.
Forget Kirkman. Jeffrey's the best.
It's 7:30.
I can't even remember if I'm supposed to have been there.
I think that we know now that we did not shoot. I think that came out last year that we did not shoot all of the scene last year, so that came this year.
And did you shoot like multiple different versions?
Shut up.
No. Let's talk about happy things again. The fans are the best.
I think she would have dealt with things differently if she had been completely healthy.
Hearing 99, I'm in such rough shape right now. I'm like, you guys have all been on such a huge journey with us. I'm like, thank you, and thank you for caring about our show and for being mad when you don't know things, and for, I mean, like, I love you too. Thank you. I mean, when Melissa said, what did you say? I don't know. Everything Melissa said, I just like, I don't remember your question, Chris. I'm so... Like, this is larger than our lives. This is larger than our show. This is like such a privilege. This is such a great thing. We're so grateful for you guys.
Well,
can you do your hair again?
but
Can we?
it is.
Live show.
You named that bat, right?
Lucille. I mean, yeah.
Oh, the name, you didn't come up with the name. The name was written into the show. I thought you named it.
The show is based on Robert Kirkman's graphic novels,
Right.
and Negan is obviously a character that was introduced like 5 years ago through the comic books, and this is a guy that has a baseball bat named Lucille, and Lucille was the name of his wife who died, and that's why he named his baseball bat Lucille, which we'll probably find out at some point,
Right.
unless you read the comic books,
Right,
and then you
right.
already know. Yeah.
Like, what is it that makes all of these people follow him?
Well, I mean, I think as much charisma as Negan has, there's also a big element of fear. I think a lot of his followers follow him for fear of getting an iron to their face or worse. But you know, understand that he's also kept a lot of these people alive for a long time, and I think that there's a certain amount of respect in that with the people that follow him. But you know, Negan is just unlike any character that I've ever seen, certainly that I've ever played, and I've played some dastardly mothers, and they don't hold a candle to Negan, and it is a lot to do with his charisma and kind of how he carries himself and how he sees not only himself but this world. But people follow him, I think, a lot of them because they're scared of him. And they should be, as we're soon to find out.
Are you guys so human now, and not, you know, she's not just one tone of a character. So where do you think she's at emotionally at the end of last season?
Well, I think every step she's taken up to this moment has just devastated her to this point. She just needs to get her head together and understand, try to find some sense in how it is that what we have to do is so monstrous in order to survive, and we're becoming the monsters that we're trying to protect ourselves from, just to make sense of it, to say this is the way it is if you want to survive, and now to what end? What is it about this world that makes us want to survive so much? That's a huge question, and it's a cool question. I love that question.
Season 7 of The Walking Dead is on the way, which I'm sure you already know, unless you've been living under a rock, hiding under a tank, or being held captive by a nutter with a baseball bat called Lucille. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We start with Rick, who's essentially Clint Eastwood, but a bit more sensitive. Now, poor old Rick falls into a coma, loses family, and wakes up to find the world overrun by zombies. Sorry, walkers. Walking Dead Lesson 1. Zombies are not called zombies. Rick meets Glenn. Cracking chap, but can't grow a moustache to save his life. Daryl, the violent little sweetheart. Carol, who makes the remarkable transition from a meek housewife into a teacher who wouldn't pass an Ofsted inspection.
Today, we are talking about knives.
But pick of the bunch is this charming fellow Merle, who the kind, forgiving, reasonable gang change the roof and leave for dead. Meanwhile, Rick finds his wife and his boy. Hooray! No, not hooray. Rick's busy Shane has been boffing his wife Laurie and playing daddy to his son, whose name I can't quite remember. Carl! Oh, that's it, Carl. The gang seek refuge at the CDC, the safest place on the planet. Walking Dead Lesson 2. There are no safe places. If this is all getting a bit much for you, you'll be happy to know that our gang soon find themselves on a peaceful, tranquil farm, right? Wrong. We also say hello to Slicey McGee here, who's like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, but with an unsettling fondness for exotic pets. Escaping the farm, the gang seek refuge in a heavily fortified, incredibly safe prison. You didn't forget Lesson 2 already, did you? But there's a tiny ray of hope. Laurie has an adorable little baby girl. Hooray! No, not hooray. When will you learn?
Oh, no.
Andrea and Michonne bump into our old friend Merle, who's had a bit of work done. He kindly takes them to his new home, the idyllic Woodbury. 1-star TripAdvisor. Now, running this town is the governor. He's got the bad guy triple threat. Eye patch, jazzy nickname, fish tank full of heads. Patchy Pete launches a savage murderous attack on the gang, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on something nice, like, I don't know, flowers.
Just look at the flowers, Lizzie. Just look at the flowers.
Oh, God, no, anything but that. Walking Dead Lesson 3, never look at the flowers. The gang move on, but immediately run into a rather uncivilized bunch called the Claimers, who've presumably walked 500 miles to get there, and it's up to the gang to stop them walking 500 more. They buddy up with Abraham and Eugene, who are heading to Washington from their home, presumably the set of Magnum P.I. Everyone follows a train track to the safety of this lovely-looking place.
Welcome to Terminus.
The folk at Terminus invite survivors around for dinner, and Boozy Bob gets legless at a barbecue.
You taste much better than we thought you would.
We wind up in Alexandria, an impenetrable cordoned-off utopia. Walking Dead Lesson 4, stop forgetting Lesson 2. Finally, we make a new enemy. The Saviors, run by the charming Negan,
Pissing our pants yet?
who kidnaps them and decides which of our beloved heroes will meet a sticky end. But who will survive Negan's bloody beating and incessant rhyming? You'll have to watch Season 7 to find out.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Finally, can either of you sing the Pokemon theme song?
I don't need. I thought it was a trading card. I didn't know there was a song. You know it, don't you?
I really don't.
Do you know we'll hear the lyrics?
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Catch him in my real test. This sounds like a venereal disease thing.
I don't know why you're handing this to me. Yeah, you got to catch them all.
Catch it all.
It's my destiny.
Travel
It
across
could
the
very
land.
well be VD.
Searching far
You're
and
right.
wide. Yeah.
Gotta
It's
catch
you
him.
and
Gotta
me,
catch
it's
him.
destiny.
courage will pull us through.
To teach me, and this is like this is perverted stuff.
So do we?
I think you
We're
won.
for sure geeks.
You're total geeks,
right?
guys.
We're total
Congratulations.
Geeks.
You
Yeah,
get
it
to-
wasn't even a question. No posing here.
Not at all. If anyone's the poser here, it's me. Congratulations on The Walking Dead continuing strong.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by this morning, guys.
Yeah,
Always a
thanks for
pleasure.
having
Good
us.
to see you guys.
Awesome,
All
man.
right, on to the next Facebook Live in a bit. Thanks for watching, guys.